Apologies for the background noise. Hey there, it's Kerubo here, and happy new year. Adidididi! Yeah. Adidididi!
Happy New Year! Yeah! Whoa!
Well, happy new year, guys. It's been a hot minute since I did my last video. If you haven't watched it, stop there, go back to 2024 and watch that video because it was amazing. It was amazing, of course. I filmed it, so it has to be. Happy new year, guys. I think I've misused that word in this entire January. I've been saying happy new year for forever. As long as I've met you, I tell you happy new year. I remember I met a friend during the weekend and I was like, happy new year, and this guy is like, no, you told me happy new year the last weekend. So I'm like, sorry, makosa ni yangu. At this point, we just tell anyone and everyone happy new year. How have you started your 2025? I'm still saying happy new year. Days are flying. I mean, things are really going quickly, and life is really moving. I hope you guys are just keeping yourself on toes, you know, flying with the time waits, flying, because today morning I woke up early, very early, and right now, before I filmed, I was scrolling through my videos because I have to recap before I come and film so that I can get a feel of what I'm going to film about, because whatever I'm going to speak about today has been in the idea box for how many months? Almost 4 months now. It has been in the gallery box since September 2024. Without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Guess what happened, guys? In August 2024, I was struggling. Seriously, I was struggling with life. I was feeling like they need to pump the brakes, Monday. I was in the worst of places, in the worst of headspaces. I was not okay, basically. And when I come to think of it, when I come to retrospect, I came to realize that I was going through a lot before August 2024. Starting in January, I was in school, from January all the way till April. I was doing my final semester, and I was in school throughout that duration. And I did my exams come April. Come May, I started looking for an attachment, because in my school apparently you have to do an attachment at the end of the semester, at the end of your coursework, so that when you finish your attachment, if you get the chance, you are employed, and you know, you just finish school and graduate at the very end. So I looked for an attachment the entirety of the first 3 weeks of May, to no avail. By the way, I didn't get an attachment, but the last week of May I did get an attachment at a good facility, and that's where I joined. And my days, all my days, a 9 to 5 is the craziest thing you can do with yourself. 9 to 5. How shall we stand in that great day? Shall we be found before the morning, or with our sins all washed away? How shall we stand in that great day? How shall we stand in that great day? Shall we be found before Him wanting, or with our sins all washed away? Hey. Hey. Winnie and Carly and Wayne. Yeah. Oh. Relax. You guys just want to eat every time. Huh? So what's the food you go up? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy because it's crazy, it's tiresome, it's hectic, and it's a lot of work basically. Because I was spending about 10 hours, 10 plus hours, at times I was even going till 15 hours of my day at work in front of a screen. I would look away and my vision would be a bit blurred because I've spent an entire day working, typing, keying in things, photocopying. It was a lot of work and it was really tedious. I used to sleep about 3 to 4 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours, and majority of the time I'd be working, and if I'm not working, I'm walking. I'm traveling to work because where I used to live before we moved, that's another huge transition that happened before August 2024. Before we moved, I was staying at a place that was never fails, he never fails. Our God is victorious. He never fails, never fails. Everywhere I go, they follow me. There's this thing cooperating. I was talking about my previous place. It was very nice. I really liked our previous residence, and it was the best place we've ever lived with my parents. You know, when I say we, I mean my parents, and we were moving, and I was highly oppository to that move. I was like, please, let's not move. This place has everything. I had my own personal bathroom and toilet. He knows what you need. He will give it to you just in time. Wait on the Lord. They will wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. They shall mount upon wings like eagles. Wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. He knows what you need. He will give it to you just in time. Wait on the Lord. They who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. Wait on the Lord. I had a big wardrobe space. I had a big room. I had space basically, and I love space. And the amenities of the house, the facilities, everything was at your disposal, you know. So trying to come to terms with the fact that we are moving and there's nothing you can do about it. I think those are the things that I usually pray by all means, that God might bless me so that I get my own place, so that I love my space. I will love my space. I will own it. And for me to move from one place to another, that place must have been really horrendous, you know, like it won't have probably water or electricity issues. That is what will make me move, but I'm sure I will own my space. Sasa Toto, Mambo. This once I get it, okay? Amen to that. Amen to that. So we make this huge move. By the time we were moving places, I was not mentally prepared for it. You know, I was like, we're going to move 2 weeks from today. So I'm going to have my attachment because I was supposed to finish my attachment after 2 weeks. Then I told my parents we can move after those 2 weeks, after I have arranged everything that I need to arrange, because the first time we moved, first time we moved to my previous place of residence, I really arranged the place. Sincerely, it was good. I knew this box is for the living room, this is my brother's room, everything was in order. I'm a planner. I have to plan things in a certain way, because I know when we get to this new residence, we're going to put this at this particular place, we're going to put this in my room, we're going to put this in my first room, like that. But I had no time. At this point, we just upped and went. Like the day we moved, I was not at home at that particular day. My mom was the only one who was there when we were moving, and she was there. It was really confusing. It was sort of very I wouldn't say disruptive. I'd say it was a very rush kind of moment, and I did not like the way we moved places from my current best location, best place of residence, to my former one. The previous one was really nice. I really loved it, and I would do anything to go back there. It was a really good house, but it is what it is. I had to adjust so quickly. Within hours, I had to adjust. I didn't go home for the first I believe 4 days. I didn't go home. I went to stay with my cousins because it was near my attachment place, and going home, I knew I had to fix up the place. It's me, I'm the only girl, so of course I have to fix up the place, something I was not ready to do. So the place was just in a turmoil. Everything was everywhere, and it was up to me to figure it out. So I didn't want to crowd my brain or rack it with all these things that I have to arrange. So I just decided, let me stay at my cousins, let the weekend, and then after the weekends I'll go home. I'm telling you, this is 2 weeks before I end my attachment. I was not ready to move, but we had to move anyways. So we made the move. I got my cousin's place. The 4 days come to an end. Of course, they have to come to an end, and I have to go home. And what hit me when I got home has a permanent imprint in my brain. I cannot shed that sight off. It was ghastly. Like, I hate with my entire being. I hate this organization. Like, when things are just everywhere, it sucks. And the fact that I would have arranged everything if I would be given the time, but that time is something I wasn't given. It wasn't at my disposal. So I had to rush and be on toes and be up and about. And there was nothing I could do about it. There's nothing I could do about it. So I looked at the place. I registered that picture in my mind, and it stayed with me for the next week. I wasn't waking up. I wasn't getting out of bed. I'll just get up, go eat, look for where the food is. If I have to warm up food, I warm it up, eat, drink water, probably stay in the sitting room on the couch, be a couch potato for an entire day, then go back to my room, probably shower, probably. I was showering. I believe I was. Take a shower, then that's the end of my day. That went on for an entire week. And this particular week was a crucial week, a week that you just can't mess up. I didn't go for my attachment. I never said I'm not going. I just didn't show up because I was not okay. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to move, but everything was just rushing. Everything was just in a hurry, you know. And after that week ended, I went to church. I think that was the best day of my life. That particular Sabbath was the best Sabbath of my life. I stayed in church from morning till evening. It was a really good day, the best day. And it gave me hope that, you know what, life is rushing. Things are moving so quickly. But you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. Everything will be just fine. Just give yourself the grace to accept things that you cannot change. I can't change the fact that we have moved. I can't go back to where we moved, because all throughout this week I was thinking, maybe if I just keep on, resisting, opposing this move, maybe these guys will soften their hearts and move back. Wapi, African parents, go back where we have moved, and we have moved and there's nothing you can do about it. And I had to accept the things that I cannot change. And that Sabbath was an eye-opener. I was like, it's gonna be a Sabbath after 6 days again. You're gonna feel better. Time and tide will pass and everything will be okay. Pause. Let's rewind. Through my attachment period, the first month was good. That is May. That is not May. The first month was not good. I'm sorry. The first month. Be changed. I'll be in heaven someday. I will sing with the angels. Oh, I can't and wait. I can't wait for Christ and the blessed ones. Yeah. So hear me, Father, find what I'll be. So in the blink of an eye, I'll be changed. I wish that I could speed up time. So just I can see for one last time. I'll be in heaven someday. I will sing with angels. Oh, I can't wait for Christ and the blessed ones. So help me, Father, find what I'll be. So in a blink of an eye, I'll be changed. So in a blink of an eye, I'll be changed. Hey, hallelujah. The first 2 weeks of June were good until 15th. I believe 15th of June is where I got the sad news that my grandmother had passed away. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. I was not sleeping well. I was not eating well. And this was just a huge blow. You know, it's just something I never expected would happen. You know, we hear people die, people get sick, people go to hospital, stay in hospital for a while, then they get well. People are telling me in church that, you know what, your grandma is sick, but she's gonna get better. My mother was sick, that is now an elderly person telling me about how his mother was sick, but now she's well. I'm like, yeah, I have that faith. And you know, I'm like, I go visit her probably 3 or 4 times a week, and yeah, she's doing well, she's gonna be better. But she didn't get better. She passed on. And that was one of the saddest moments of my life. I remember I cried so much. That particular week, I never went to work because I couldn't that particular week, and then the second week. So I reported to my supervisor. I told her this has happened, and she was like, you know, go have your time. Take time off so that you can accept the state of affairs, you can come to terms with it. And it was a huge thing. It was a huge loss. And you know, life is not going well. Everything is not going well, and all of a sudden there's just this huge blow that you weren't ready for. That was the first 2 weeks of my attachment. So on the 15th, that is the Friday, I believe it was a Friday, if it's not 15th, I don't know, I get this huge news, this very sad and heart-breaking news. And my life just went from highs, a huge high, to just slumping down, and everything was just sad. It was so sad. I cried. I felt so sad. I felt like, oh no, this is not true, this is not happening. And I was away from work for almost 3 weeks. So basically, June is almost gone. And I have to go back to work. So I go back to work, it's July, and there's that rush from home to work, and and then from work to home. I was not sleeping well, I was not eating well, I was not healthy, basically. And my mind was not at the right headspace. I think it's because you spend so much time on the screen and so little time outside. We were always indoors, we were always away from the sunshine. We never saw the sun, we never saw the rain, we never saw outside. And you know that really derails a person. It can actually affect your entire well-being, because you need to be exposed to sunshine, to outside, to breath, to fresh air, to just the environment outside. There's a way it just boosts your spirits and lifts you up. So this is a new environment. I'm not used to staying seated the entire day. All my days, I wish you knew how many times I sit. I rarely sit. I'm upstanding majority of the time, so this is something different. And now we move. Okay, do you see? And the move is so drastic. It's as drastic as my grandmother's death. So you can tell how clouded my mind is at this point. And then after we moved, I came to terms with the movement. That is a week after I was not. And then the next week I went and just cleared from my attachment, wrote a report, sent everything to school, and I was done. I thank God I got my completion letter, which allowed me to make applications for jobs, yada yada, which I didn't get. I think tamaking in Kenya is worse than even studying. You know, you might think that studies are hard, but wait till you start tamaking, looking for a job, looking for a placement somewhere. You'll tamak, my sister. So I tried tamaking, getting a job at the place where I was attached. I didn't get it, and I accepted it. You know, I took now the remaining, I think it was September, all through till December, to just feel alive again, to feel different. Basic things that I would normally take for granted, like drinking water. I never used to drink water during that time. You know, when I was in my attachment and after my attachment, I never used to hydrate as well as I should, as well as I was previously, because I usually hydrate. I'm big on water. I've had 2-liter bottles for the entirety of my campus life, and I've been finishing those 2-liter bottles, period. Yes, I'm big on hydration. So I was not drinking water, I was not eating healthy. I was basically bloated because I was constantly on wheat. You know, there's just this bread that is provided in the office. It was only bread and tea, and we're not even paid. Can you imagine? So we are overworking, we are not paid, we are not fed well. Hey, people, I don't know how those people survive in there, but they do it anyways. So afterwards, after my attachment came to an end, I stayed at home September all through till December, and life started feeling different. You know, I started learning a couple of things about this place I live in. I started enjoying sunshine, I started enjoying the sceneries, I started knowing people, I started talking to people, I started being friendly to people, because you know, these are new people, I don't know them. I started a business. Whole world knew, sure the king is in residence there. This is a flag, castle of my heart, castle of my heart, in the castle of my heart. The castle of my heart, king is in residence there. So let it fly in the sky and let the whole world know. Let the whole world know. Let the whole world know. So let it fly, sky, let it know. For that the king is in every day. I started a business, by the way. I started a business for one day. And then it flopped. stole the chair. What is it, Winnie? What is it? What is it? Haven't you had enough? What is it? Haven't you had enough? I say, what is it? Wow. And the worst part is, it's not that I didn't have a business idea. I had a whole strategy set in place. This is what I'm going to do. These are the mechanisms I'm going to impute. This is the capital I'm going to invest. This is how things are going to run. And it just didn't work out. People didn't buy the idea. And I was like, okay, pause, calm down, relax. Everything is going to pan out. At this particular point, I decided to start vlogging. And vlogging was a new idea. I feel like I had really forsaken YouTube for an entire year. And I wanted to go back. I just wanted to go back. I wanted to feel like I'm in front of the camera. I'm speaking to people. People are listening to me. People love what I'm selling. That is hair and hair products. I'm not selling any hair products, but I'm giving you tips and tricks of how to grow your hair from this to this. It might take a long time because you have to understand your hair porosity, the products that your hair loves, because it's always a trial and error. And funny thing is, I recently discovered that buying hair products from beauty shops, cosmetics shops, you know, these ones, I won't mention any particular one, that is not healthy because majority of those products are fake, counterfeits. That's why you're having scalp issues, you're having dandruffs, you're having all these things. And by the way, for the longest, I have been using all these cosmetic shop products and my hair has not been growing. But the moment I started going to suppliers, you know, wholesalers, I go to an entire wholesale place and I'm like, give me that one. That's when my hair stopped itching. I think one main problem I've had for the longest in my life was itching. I'd always be itching. Even right after washing my hair, I started. And then you come to YouTube and the YouTubers are telling you, don't use shampoos with sulfates or products that have sulfates in it. So I go and look at all the products, all of them have sulfates. The current products I'm using have sulfates. Am I itchy? No. Do I have dandruffs? No. Is my hair growing? Yes. Do I have a lot of volume? Yes. Do I have a lot of length retention? Yes. And that is the reason you should subscribe to this video, like this video, and leave me a comment down below on any hair tips or hair tricks that you'd like to know to grow your hair. Currently, I'm having macro twists. I'd like to call them macro twists. So I started with a braid from the root and then finished it off with a twist. I have had this in since Sunday. Today is Thursday and I'm loving it. Moisturization is also an important thing, and I think at this point I'll start spiraling about hair. But let me pause there and go back to vlogging. So vlogging made me feel alive. It made me feel like I'm filming. I'm doing something I've not done in a year, that made me tick and talk, that made me laugh and giggle, that made me feel good about myself. And I would take my camera outside with me on my tripod, my mini tripod. I have it, I'll show you guys, on my mini tripod. And people started looking at me, you know, like these mamas in the estates. They're like, what's happening here? I'm like, I'm an influencer, content creator. Watch me. You don't know how big this girl is gonna get. Whoop, whoop. I couldn't care less that they were watching. In fact, I wanted them to watch because I am a force to reckon. Yes! And I saw this quote on Instagram that was saying, when you enter inside a room, heads should turn because the kingdom of God just made entry. Pew, pew, pew. I don't know if people celebrate. Celebrate. But yes, heads should turn, and they turned. And filming made me feel good. The first week was nice. I wasn't speaking the entire week. I was just filming. I was like waving, probably sing a song here and there, and that was just it. And that made me feel okay. Like I've filmed my morning routine, filmed bits of my day routine or day activities, and that's it, and a bit of my evening routine. Then the second week came, and that's when I started speaking. Not really the second week, but because I started filming on Wednesday, So the next week on Wednesday is when I started talking and started expressing myself through what? Through words. Yeah, through words. And I was not just filming everything. I was saying things that are happening, things that I'm planning. And vlogging was fun. Vlogging was fun for the better part of it because it made me feel alive. It made me feel good again. It made me feel like things are gonna get better, It's not better right now, but things will get better. And it did get better. When I look at my life, it's currently January 2025. At the filming of this video, it is January, it's on Thursday, 20 that. And I feel good. I have been filming the past couple of days about hair content. It's been nice. Today has been a huge struggle for me, by the way. Today has been one of those terrible days that I did not want to film. I was in bed for the very first time since the year started. I was scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and not YouTube. Do people scroll on YouTube? I don't scroll on YouTube. But scrolling here and there. And oh my days, pause, before I forget, sis, you graduated! Yes, period. I graduated in November 29th, 2024, girl. She's a graduate. She's got a degree. My name is not just my name. It's attached to a degree, baby. Yeah. I was so happy when I graduated, and I think what made me the happiest is the fact that I graduated with my friends. The people that I was in class with, the people that I was just saying, oh, you also graduated, oh, even you. It was so wholesome. I have dreamt of that particular day since I started school. Like, I want to graduate with my friends. By the time I'm getting to my final year, my final semester, let me graduate with my friends. And there were 2 graduations in my school, one in July and another one in November. And the one in November was the one my friends and I graduated. Apparently, majority of us couldn't make it to graduate in July, so we all transitioned into graduating in November. That was the hugest highlight, since the way life has been, things haven't been good. Life hasn't been all rosy and cozy the last quarter. But this was just a highlight to tell me, girl, I told you, God's got this. Just let go and let God. And this year, looking forward, I hope that you guys will stay tuned. I hope you will keep this your permanent spot. The next video that is coming up after this particular one is just the vlog bit that I was able to talk in, and I was able to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in. That is what will come up after this particular video. I was struggling for the longest, but I can tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. It might not look like it is there right now, because you're going through that particular heartbreak, pain, struggle like I was. It might not look good right now, but guess what? Tomorrow the sun will shine. Or if the sun doesn't shine, the rain will come and things will be different. It's not gonna be Thursday, January 2025 ever again, ever. There's no time travel, so it's never gonna be this day ever again. It's only today. Tomorrow is gonna be Friday. It will be a different day, trust me. By the virtue of you waking up and opening your eyes and looking around, environment might be the same, but your heart is not the same. Your mind is not the same. Your choices are not the same. Your decisions will not be the same. How you feel will not be the same. And trust me, your life will never be the same again. I had so much fun creating this, compiling this as well. I know it's a lot of work editing, and I have enjoyed every bit of it, and I hope you do. Tell me down below, I've enjoyed it. Just say, I've enjoyed it. That's enough. And I will be so glad to see you guys in the next video, which will be coming out very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao. And hey, I've put effort. They say put effort for those you love, even though they don't love you back. Put effort for them. What? Okay, let me give you context. That was nice. That was long.